Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Jimmy Kim. I'm going to tell you how this popular 1990s sitcom can help you start writing your emails. This is episode 13 of Wednesdays with Jimmy. All right, guys, so today I'm going to teach you how to write emails. And I'm not talking about just how to write emails where you're going to your email inbox and writing an email to your friend. I'm talking about for your email marketing. I'm talking about how to portray messages that'll get people interested in interacting with you. And if you're on my email list, you probably have seen me write emails like this. And it's all based around a popular 1990s sitcom called Seinfeld. Now, I'm going to jump to my computer and I'm going to jump in and show you something really cool. So first thing, let's preface what Seinfeld is. So for those that don't know or do know, just bear with me for just a few minutes while I teach those that don't know. So Seinfeld was a show in the 90s and think into the 2000s a little bit on US TV. And it was a show that about these four people right here. You see them on the left to the right side, Jerry, George, Kramer, and Elaine. And this show was about nothing, all right? You see, these four people were related as friends, but the show was what they say about a show about nothing because they used to just go off into tangents just like typical shows where they would go and close with, things that were happening and, events that were happening. But there was no real point to the show. It wasn't like life lessons. There wasn't a start to an end like a movie. It just kind of went on every day with different experiences and so forth. So how does Seinfeld relate to your email marketing? That's probably what you're thinking right now, going, what the heck does Seinfeld have to do with your relate marketing? It actually has to do a lot about the way your email marketing is written or explained. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump to my fancy dancy notepad this time instead of my paintbrush. We jump to my notepad. I'm going to type out some things here that kind of explain it. So we'll jump over that right now. All right. So we're here on my fancy dancy notepad, and you're probably looking at it and seeing a blank page. So how does this work? When writing an email, right? This is when writing an email. It's sometimes really hard to explain and teach something. But when you know as an email marketer, when you are writing an email or teaching or learning how to write email, it's really important that you are not only fulfilling the need of teaching them what you're talking about, and we're going to talk about those really hard in the 3 E's, but what you're really doing inside of there is you need to make sure that you're giving them the information that they need, but you also want to relate to them in a way where it's practical. So instead of going off and saying, all right, so if you've seen emails like this, right? Hey, it's Jimmy, and I have a brand new product to show you. It's called, I'm going to do email tools, right? Email tools will create you a timer, survey, image, video, and personalized images for your email. Go check it out right here. Thanks, Jimmy Kim. All right, so you read this, right? And it's boring as heck. It's boring as heck when it comes to an email, when it comes down to when you're looking at that email going, well, it works, right? You've told them what the product is, what it does, and what to do, right? So you're thinking, hey, that must be a great email, and you hit send. And this is what majority of emails I see that go out there. And the problem with this is that you have not built no rapport. You have done anything to kind of connect with your audience. You haven't done anything in order to make sure that you are relating to your audience in a way where they feel like they want to be a part of you or be someone who wants to listen to you, right? So let's go ahead and rewrite this email and let's write it with the Seinfeld experience around, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and change this around and we're going to put some stars here. I'm going to change this with the Seinfeld experience in there. All right. Hey, it's Jimmy. And as you may know, I've been an email marketer for the last 8 years. And over those last 8 years, I've been watching email evolve. I've seen different things happen with email that have been, I'm going to show you 2 different ways, by the way, quite exciting. When I first started my email business, it was really easy to send emails. And everyone opened those emails and clicked, and I made sales. All right. But fast forward to 2016, and I'm having an issue with people actually engaging or clicking on my emails. So I ran into my friend Jimmy, and he started to show me a brand new app that he's been testing called Email Tools that helps anyone create highly engaging emails that help you get clicks. So I'm going to stop there because I don't want to drag it on forever. But you see this email here, right? I've written this email now, and I've just done it in front of you just because I thought it was really fun to just create it. But you see that email versus this email, right? Already, if you read that email versus this email, what do you get the feeling of? And I know we can't communicate back and forth, but I know the feelings that you're getting. You felt like I've given you tons of information on the second email as opposed to this different one. And the difference here is that though I didn't actually really talk about anything, you actually know who I am, what I do already. So I'm not really talking about anything, but I've created a relationship and a rapport. So let's do it one more time, that exercise. I'm going to show you the Seinfeld experience round 2. This gets even more personal. Hey, it's Jimmy. And this past weekend, I had a barbecue. I had tons of friends over, and we just had a great old time. A great old time. And it was funny that my friend started to talk about my online business and how he thought the evolution was simple. Okay, I'm going to stop right there because it doesn't really need to keep going. But you see where I started this different. I kind of hit that personal approach. Hey, it's Jimmy, and this past weekend I had a barbecue, and I had tons of friends over, and we just had a great old time. Was that necessary? Now, if you think about it when it comes to it, it absolutely isn't necessary. But, the best way to explain Seinfeld experience is it's fluff. You're adding fluff, but you're adding it in a way where you're not adding it where it's meaningless, but it's meaningful enough where the subscriber may feel that they're driving and growing connection with you, which is why it's important and interesting. So the Seinfeld experience is really interesting when it comes down to it. And I just named it the Seinfeld experience. I think I've heard it somewhere else like that, and I kind of picked up on it and started growing upon it. But I noticed that I've done this for quite some time myself, and I started to really test it. So I started sending emails like this. And then I started sending emails like this. And you'd be surprised the way it is. And if you're on my list, you're going to get emails like this from me. Things that I talk about, things that make no sense, that don't really relate to why I'm talking about this product. But I try to relate it and grow into it. So it's like a good novel or a good story. I got to set the backbone. I kind of set the reason why I want to email this and so forth. And this doesn't mean that you're going to have a perfect story for everyone, which is why I talk about something like this, where you're jumping into a completely different angle, where you're just jumping and saying, hey, I had a barbecue this weekend. I had a great time. We were talking about my business, and we talked about this, and I told him about a problem that I'm having. I'm having a problem getting my emails to get people to click on my emails. And he said, hey, why do you think that? And I said, well, I think that people aren't actually feeling like they can engage with me. And so I grabbed this tool called Email Tools, and I added it to my emails, and people started engaging. And my friend said, what is that Email Tools all about? And be like, well, it has timers, it has surveys, it has videos, and it has personalized images. And it helped people feel like they're getting connected with me because they saw something different than the normal Joe Schmo email. See that? As I kept just talking, it's like I had a conversation when I had you when at Seinfeld. Now, let's go back up here real quick. Hey, it's Jimmy. I have a brand new product to show you. It's Email Tools. Email Tools will create timer surveys, video, personalized images for your email. Go check it out right here. Thanks, Jimmy Kim. There's no conversation. We didn't have a conversation when I did that. We didn't have anything to relate to each other back and forth. All we simply did when I just did that was I told you, hey, I got a product. Here it is, and blah, 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 and buy it. Now, how does that make you feel? It doesn't make you feel good at all, right? It doesn't make you feel like you should be excited to want to do it. But what I just gave you, that story about how I had friends over, and I talked about my business, and my friend was asking me questions, that's engaging, right? Oh, you're like, well, what did my friend say? What did he say? And that's where people get excited in growing that relationship. Not only does that grow rapport, but it gives them a reason to want to read your emails because you give a good reason to want to have that email read. And it doesn't always have to be like that. It doesn't have to always be personal. It can be something about business, and this all works in different ways when you want to do it. It's all up to you. But at the end of the day, just creating those emails. Now, I'm sure you can hear from the passion of my voice how important I feel this really is, and how I hate when people, when I see other marketers not doing it the way that they should be doing. Because when you get emails like the one you're seeing on screen right now, or you're looking at, you are highly more engaged, you're more active, you're wanting to learn more about it. And of course, the best thing about Seinfeld was it always left cliffhangers. If you're doing an event-based marketing like I talked about, it's important to leave cliffhangers. So you would say something like at the end of this email that, hey, P.S., I've got a really awesome way to show you how to increase your emails by 3 times in the next email. And that next email is going to be a content email, right? You can say that even. And they would go, oh, well, I better wait for that next email. It's all about leaving that cliffhanger, just like Seinfeld used to leave cliffhangers on every email. There wasn't ever a close to that email, to that loop. All it was a show about nothing. Now you can take that idea of nothing, relate to what it did in your life, and not saying your life is nothing, but relating it to your life and passing it forward and passing it through. And that's what the Seinfeld experience is. Hope that made sense. If that didn't make sense, watch this video all over again, because you will get this and understand it. And when you get this, it really opens up your mind and how to write a great email. And that's what the Seinfeld experience is all about, writing a fantastic email. All right, so that's exactly what I'm talking about, how you can use Seinfeld, a hit TV show, just to give you an idea of how you can write your emails so that your customers or your subscribers are learning a story about actually nothing at the end of the day, but it's something where they feel like they have an interaction with you in that moment. So if you enjoyed this video, I've got 3 things for you, of course. First, comment below. Let me know what you thought about the video, if it made sense, if it's something that you plan to use in your marketing. 2, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and like this video if you enjoyed it, because that lets me know that you did enjoy the video. And 3, don't forget to subscribe and share this video. I want to be back next week. I'm going to continue teaching about email marketing. So till then, I'll see you next time. Hey, thanks for watching my video. I'm super excited that I got to share this information with you. Not only do I love helping future entrepreneurs and digital marketers out there, but I love to share my content without charging for it. Let's not forget to make sure that you're subscribing under this video. Go ahead and click on that button, and YouTube will let you know every time I release a brand new video. Again, thanks for watching. I can't wait to share more information with you and more great tips and tricks to improving your online business.